Welcome again, everyone. Jerry's Old Guy Review, and we're going to do another long-term review. And I'm going to stop everyone right now. We are going to talk about Traxxas TRX-4. And I don't want to hear anything but eye candy. I don't want to hear about their lawsuits. I don't want to hear about their business practices. I buy nothing from Traxxas directly. I buy from my hobby shops. They may buy them directly, but I am not going to shoot him in the foot because of all the junk going on. So let me give a brief TRX-4 history. So this is my original TRX-4. Came out in, I want to say 2016, 17. This truck I just overhauled not too long ago. And I thought it was having some issues in the differentials. Because God knows, we hear about the garbage, the overpriced garbage that Traxxas is. Well, I broke everything down in this truck. I re-greased everything. Still had fair grease in it, but it's a portal vehicle. And you know, you have all those extra bits in there. So this truck, I made it a pickup. I have some 2.2s on it. I have run it with nickel metals when it first came out. I have run 2 and 3S through it. I have put bigger tires on it, didn't re-gear it. And this truck has not burst into flames. The electronics still using the factory, what is it, the TQ transmitter. But then again, my original 2001 Traxxas Emax is still running the original radio. I'm not even sure what year the Summit came out. That original Summit's still running the factory electronics. This thing has been submerged. I've run all the different batteries through it. The batteries that they recommend, not see that it says take a 3S and I put a 4S or a 6S in it. This truck has been perfect. The shocks did become wore out because I'm going to tell you the Canyon Trail tires and foams that come on Traxxas are garbage. If they get water in them, they instantly start dissolving. The shocks, one of mine was bent, but when I did this project, I just took the old shocks off of this, put it on. So the Land Rover, of course, because it was a licensed body, was more, it was expensive. I'm not going to lie. But this started life as just a TRX-4 Sport kit without the diff locks, which diff locks, no issues so far. 2-speed transmission, no issues. Drove the truck like it was designed for, not like a lunatic. Took this truck, the TRX-4 Sport, built this truck over 2 years ago. It's got the lift kit. It's got 2.2s on it. Didn't know about the gearing. Called Traxxas customer support and spent a half an hour talking to one of the techs there who gave me the gearing tips for it. So this truck, very inexpensive as the kit. I've even got the original body. I didn't even put it on. And it was an excellent starting place. You know, I think it was $300 something from my local hobby shop, supporting my neighborhood hobby. And the body the wheels, no, the tires, not the wheels, lift kit, everything came from my local shop. This truck now, I just had extras from other projects that I used on it. But it's got, once again, bought it from my second original hobby shop. Got the light kit for it, got everything from him for this vehicle. Then my wife, for Christmas, the first year they came out, got me the TRX-4 Traxxas. Now, everyone says they're the same truck. No. They are as different as any tinkerer can make a truck. This is the closest to stock original, except for the fact I took the running boards off, I flipped the bumpers around because I got the more aggressive tracks for it, and they rubbed on everything. Now it doesn't. Use the original body, put some extra doodads and lights on it. But I live in Alaska. How else can you go wrong when we have more winter than summer? So here we go. 3 of the same platform, just like I always did with Axial. Back in the original Axial days, that was my project truck. Now, there's other trucks out there for projecting, but, you know, I like to get what my local shop carries. And then this way, a lot of us in our hobby groups, you know, we can share all this information. You know, what do I tell everybody? First time starter outs, not a lot of money. Red Cat. Get you a Gen 8, Gen 9 Red Cat. Can't go wrong. If you are inexperienced and don't know any better, then it's the perfect rig. You are going to have a lot of fun with it. You know, moving up, Element RC. But if you want, so far, just these 3, we're not even counting the TRX-6s I have. These trucks have been 0 maintenance because I drive them like the instructions say. I use the maximum amount of power because I've tried them all. This truck I built to be my snow truck before this came along. But this truck, 3S. 2S is fine with this truck because it just goes out and does what I need it to do. And other than the screws and whatnot, they do get a little rust on them from time to time. You know, when I clean these trucks, particularly before winter, clean them off, spray them down with WD-40, and scrub it with the toothbrush on all the bolt heads. And they usually last pretty well through the winter. You know, so far this one, the Traxxas one, works pretty good. Even at 0, I try not to get too much below 0. Yowie, come here. Hey, lead boy. Oh, the insubordination. You know, I try not to, but I like to test them sometimes below 0. Generally down to about 10 below. You know, I don't want to freeze myself. And I don't want to intentionally break things, but all 3 of these trucks have been out at sub-zero temperatures and nothing's broke. The plastic on most vehicles, if they're too hard, then they're going to be too brittle. And then it doesn't take much. But, you know, the plastics on these is not super hard and they do well. So, once again, if you are just going to go off on Traxxas, I don't want to hear it in the comment section. Not even going to bother with it. I will thank you for dropping in, but I made a video about the Traxxas lawsuits. And all I'm going to say is if somebody comes and tries to take your house or tries to come and take your livelihood, you are going to defend it. Just because they have more money than the rest of us, that's it. I don't want to hear about it. I support my local shops. Same thing with local online. I don't care if they sell Traxxas stuff. If I want it, I'm going to buy it. I don't care where it comes from. I am going to generally go with the little guy first. So there's a little bit of a rant, but once again, back to it. My kids, Traxxas Stampede. That's what they grew up with. Before that, I had Traxxas. And just in case you didn't know, TRX-4, TRX-1 through 3 were race buggies, which, again, don't care if you think they stole transmissions from another manufacturer in the days. Until the 90s, everybody stole from everybody else. So that is all. TRX-4 Sports, TRX-4 Crawler, excellent choice, excellent vehicles for projects, unique vehicles, straight up rock crawling vehicles. You know, right now I think I have enough, so I won't be buying anymore unless they do another TRX-6. Then I, pardon me, may have to have it. So that's it for now. In the comments, let me hear about your TRX-4s. Let me hear about your experience. It took them a long time to come to the crawler market. So let me hear about it. Once again, don't care to talk about lawsuits. Don't care to talk about intellectual property rights. Just want to talk about our hobby and vehicles in it. So until the next one, this is Jerry, Old Guy Review. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later.